We shall.
Well, we'll start right down the bottom. Not the bottom in terms of ability or whatnot, just the bottom of the web page. Starts with Miss Courtney Travis, who I saw watch it go to you in the playoffs a couple weeks ago.
Good spot to be.
It was that week in the first round.
Oh, you're coming to me with thoughts. Man, we need to get our segues in tight, man.
Wentworth would have been all over that.
Well, Wentworth just waits for himself to talk. Let me just do my Wentworth voice for this one.
That's what I was wanting.
Yeah, I had the privilege to play actually with Courtney Travis in the fall league for the 5 o'clockers. This is a very tough girl. I remember one time that she was out in the outfield and there was a ball coming in the air and she was going to get it and the outfield actually ran into her and she broke her tailbone, but that didn't stop her. She came back in and played great. Actually got a line drive for us and won multiple games for us. So I feel like I pitched pretty well, though.
In trouble recording by reading exactly what was written under her picture.
I can't read while I'm talking.
Speaking to that note, I was playing that game. I was against us, and yeah, she was trying to make a play on a ball. Her and John Leneve collided, and she took a pretty big hit. Still stuck it out. In fact, she had to get told to go off the field. As much pain as she was in, she was ready to stick it out in that game with a broken collarbone, or sorry, tailbone, and. She did come back weeks later and did provide, to still make it third team after being out for a couple of weeks. It's, big deal. Limited time out there, and she still did really well. So, kudos.
Courtney Travis impresses me on third base all the time. I mean, she. I remember it was either the tournament or whenever we played them in the season. Andy Kaiser was up, and he asked what he should do, and I was like, just kick it to a hole. We're at the point where we're not bunting anymore. We need runs. And he's like, I'm going to kick it to the girl on third. And it was one of those where I was like, no, don't do that. And then it was a good kick. It was virtually in the gap of anybody else. And she just reached out and grabbed it to the point where it made him look silly. But that's what Courtney Travis does.
She'll make you look silly, son. Joining Miss Travis, we have the Love Knocker himself. Mr. Alex Knocker from Burning Bridges.
How many minutes could we spend on Alex the Love Knocker in this segment?
How many minutes have I already spent on Alex Knocker this
63
season?
minutes so far in all the podcasts combined. Yeah, I'm giving you a little grace period there. But Alex, I had him really high in my rankings. I remember filling out the sheet. I had him at least 2. I think I had Eric Stevens as 1, but third place finish, I was surprised. I was expecting to see him a little bit higher. I think he played phenomenal this season, with a team that I get to watch a lot because, Kenny Lytle's on that team. I have to be there.
The other team
supporting them. But I was really impressed not only on the defense but the offense for the Love Knocker. I see him make some very tremendous plays, little diving catch here and there. Really surprised me. And you were on board at the beginning, so I credit you for putting his name out there and getting a lot of heads to kind of look in his direction for the All-Peninsula ballots.
I came up with another nickname for him.
Other nickname for Love Knocker?
The Noctopus.
The Noctopus.
He's grabbing everything that comes his way.
Got them sticky hands.
Tentacles.
There you go.
We just need to give that man a bottle of Kraken and it's on.
Release the Kraken!
I know early season he had a lot of love, got a lot of attention really early on with you guys talking about it on the podcast and, made some highlight plays. I don't know if I want to associate that with the old bowl cut or not, but the man did only come in third after all that hype at the beginning of the season, so maybe bring back the bowl cut.
The bowl cut was good. I mean, it makes me want to grow back my old bowl cut. It was a tremendous look.
The bowl cut and the snazzy Waka Prime outfit he had, I think that awesome. Should be daily grind for him.
That's true.
Man who's on the grind. Moving along, another female joining.
You have nothing to say on that one, man?
I've said all that needs to be said. He knows how I feel. Well-deserved honor for Mr.
You're
Knocker.
just saving that for later, I know, at some point.
I'm restrained this evening. There's an air of professionalism about us tonight. Which brings us to Foul Balls captain Jennifer Nardi, making an appearance on the third team. A stalwart figure in the kickball community. Been leading the foul balls for at least 3 years now, I'd say. And making an appearance here on the third team.
Yep. When I think of foul balls, I think of first person comes to mind is Jen Nardi. I feel like since I've come into the league that she's been a part of that squad, and I just picture her as kind of like just like a grinder, just like I gotta pitch, fuck it, I'll pitch, like just throwing the balls down the aisle. And I'm just like, man, I can kick the shit out of this, but I can't. Every time I try to kick off a Jen Nardi, like, it's tough times. It's, I don't think she gets enough credit where credit is due on the mound. We call her out on it because she's a female pitcher, but she actually has a little heat in her own right,
I think the biggest thing with her is she obviously has the track record of being a good player, but she's also one of the best captains, I think, in the league. She has a team that maybe not necessarily has one of the best records, but she keeps them together. She keeps them playing, and she keeps them. The ones that are out there to be focused, she keeps them focused, and I mean that speaks to what she does for the foul balls.
She manages to keep Wade Brock from completely fucking up every single game. So there's definitely something to be
great
captain.
She keeps Jesse Rogers from killing Wade Brock, because that's probably almost went down 9 times this past season.
Yeah, great overall player. That overhand, pitching style, overhand pitching, coming down makes it real tough to kick, and speak to a lot of experience. She kind of just knows how to run the show and still play the game very well. It's been doing it for quite some time, so kudos for third team on that one.
And then coming around for our male utility player, I don't know who the hell this Brad Kirby guy is, but apparently I wrote something about him, and he's on the third team.
For the longest time, I'll be honest with you, I would confuse Brad Kirby with Alex Lovenocter. I was like, is that Nocter? Is that Kirby? I don't know. They both kind of have bullish haircuts going on. They're both wearing white. They're both kind of
devilishly attractive.
Yeah. Oh man. Kind of like a man. What was it? Like not an Owen Wilson. If Owen Wilson had a nice nose, I would put.
It would be Luke Wilson.
Yeah, but with blonde hair and surfer features. I don't know where I'm really going with this, but they're both attractive, slender white males. That's all I got. Great kickball players.
Oh! That's what we're talking
about. I've seen him play Charger. I've seen him play outfield. He's been kind of all over the place. He's got skills at every position he plays at, and I've seen some sick line drives as well. So the guy's got talent all over the place, so I'm sure he's come through for the Bridges on a number of occasions. I've been able to play them. I think when we played him this year, he may have been injured. I'm not sure. He had a couple lingering injuries going into the season, but still making third team all Peninsula for utility means he was doing his thing this season.
I'd always heard about his offense, being a soccer player, I guess. That's what I had heard. And during the summer, I actually saw him start playing Charger, and then a couple of games that I had watched during the fall. His arm surprised me. Not that I necessarily didn't think he had it, but picking up a ball closer to third and then just slinging it to first. You hear about his offense, but just being able to make that throw to first, that's what you need. He's a utility player, but that's what you need in a Charger, and he can play that too.
I would say Brad's the definition of a utility player, because you see him everywhere, and like I say on the blog, they don't seem to skip a beat no matter where he is or where he is filling in. We got the beat.
Makes a great mix CD too.
Mm-hmm. Good taste in music.
Yeah.
We got the beat.
Next up.
Oh, a man that needs no introduction.
But let's do it anyway.
Third team, all Peninsula outfield. You know him as the host and the ringleader of this crazy circus that we have as the Waka Podcast, Mr. Nathaniel George Johnson. I can keep that going for seconds.
We'll do that later.
Yeah,
With Spanish soccer announcer on here. I like it.
Ah, man,
adorn me with praise.
What can already be said about you that you haven't already said yourself? Just a man. I will say this to you in all seriousness. Like, you're on here as an outfielder, but the times I've pitched against you, albeit you being the foul balls, you being Team America in the draft league, and with Kick-Ass, you're a force to be reckoned with on the little home plate line. And a man of your stature, you think that I can just throw the ball and you're just going to try to kick away. If you're going to bunt, I'm going to throw you at it first. But, that's not the case. You have some pretty sick bunts, and you got some skeptical speed that nobody really knows about. We want to keep that a secret. But I really think offensively you catch a lot of people by surprise. I don't think they give you enough credit for it.
Surprise is my only option.
It's working for you. I'm not surprised anymore, but even if I try to throw you the heat, you still get on base. So your offense ability should be talked about more than it already is, even though you talk about it.
I must say, if the only two people I think of in this league with big man speed, I have to be surrounded by. So this is kind of interesting to bring this up. These two guys are, not small in stature, but find themselves on the base way faster than you might anticipate. And you're right, as good as you do have a good kick away, it surprises some people when you put a bunt down and actually hustle out and get to first base. So kudos on the little ability to bunt as well. And I guess you can catch the ball in the outfield. Once in a while.
The two words I associate with Nathaniel Johnson, kickball related anyway, is bunting, and then you said it too, is hustle. Because I've seen, he has the skill to bunt it wherever he wants to bunt it, but I've seen bunts that maybe not end up exactly where he wants to, but he still ends up at first because...
That was exactly where I wanted it to.
Like the one in the summer that you fell and still...
That was no bunt. Oh, wait.
But that's what I'm saying. I mean, you're going to... Wherever you
I can fall down, roll over, and still get
the first. Yeah.
A lot of Team America.
Get it, Scott.
A lot of Team America over here.
Yeah, I can feel it.
Swallowed up with pride.
That's why I didn't wear any red.
And I just wanted to say...
Somebody touching my car?
I take issue with Brent choosing the most homeless beard man looking picture. That son of a bitch.
We're good.
Then coming around, we got another burning bridge on this third team. Mr. Alex Jackson at first base, who, I don't know, I always knew him as an excellent defensive first baseman, but I really saw him come around, or maybe I just saw it for the first time, as an offensive threat, both with his line drives and his bunts, just moving up in that lineup and really doing some damage when needed for the Bridges.
Yeah, I had some first-hand experience watching Alex Jackson play and attributing to what you're saying about the offensive game. They were playing a tough game against Chicken Tetrazzini, and were down a run heading into the top of the last inning. And if they weren't going to put any runs on, it was game over. And with 2 outs, Alex Jackson really stepped up and hit a line drive between second and third base, to get on and to drive some runs in. And that's just a testament to the offensive game. But watching him multiple times playing first, they have some people that, that can make some really serious throws to first base, but some of them go a little wild, but he has some pretty good hands to really grab it down. The radius that I would say at first base is one of the tops in the league. So Alex Jackson, well-deserved spot there. See the time there, man. We are dragging on this 13 Peninsula. Well, there's a lot of good names to mention here.
I'll drag as long as I need to drag.
Quite a bit more. Well, I mean, I'll sum up with kudos not only to Jackson making it on there, but looking through this third team, it looks like after a few seasons in the league, Burning Bridges gets some recognition. 4 players on this All Peninsula team alone for how much they've been hustling and playing well since they come into the league. They're getting recognized for showing up and playing well. So good stuff on that.
I'd say Barba's all-stars as well. Not to take away from Al Jackson. I was going to say the same thing Wellbrock said about his reach. It seems like maybe the only other person I've seen do it more often at first is Scott Duncan, and we'll talk about it later, I'm sure. But he tends to be the one to go up, go out, cross first. He's always there with the catch. I rarely see him drop anything.
All right, moving right on up. Now we got our charger for this third team. That's Gene Eford from the 5 O'Clockers. Big leg, big gun, and quick athletic dude.
I think a really probably one of the best attributes for Gene is his speed. You know, the intangibles of playing a Charger, you got to have the quick throw, the accuracy, and everything. He still, you know, needs to work on a couple of those things, but the speed makes up for a lot. I mean, I've seen this guy track down balls that the pitcher should have on the left side of the pitcher's mound. He's already there picking it up and making the throw to first. So just a tremendous athlete at the position, the offense. You know, what more can you say? He kicks it deep. He can bunt if he wants to with aforementioned speed. And just an all-around great player. You know, if he wasn't a Charger, he should be first-team All-Peninsula utility if you were going to go that route as well.
He kind of reminds me of one of the more renowned players in Walker Peninsula. Kind of reminds me of Dan Shaw a little bit with how I've seen him been able to just kind of reach down, pick up a ball, and sling it to wherever he wants to with accuracy and with speed. And it's just kind of ridiculous to have a Charger that big and that athletic coming at you. You can put a bunt, you can put a line drive, and somewhere in his wingspan or vertical leap, he's going to at least touch it, if not make a play on you.
Yeah, he hasn't been playing a position very long. He's already made All-Peninsula. He's definitely, like you mentioned before, just a big ball of talent, and if he keeps it up, man, he's going to be first team real quick. He's got all the skills. He works on a couple more things to tune it in, and he's going to be real good at defensively. Already kicks bombs on offense, so nothing more to say there.
And moving from Gene, one of the younger members of this team, to the elder statesman of the third team, Mr. Mark Flores from Free Ballin' on the hill, throwing heat. This picture says it all, too. No one puts more effort into every single pitch, I don't think, than Mark Flores is. I heard he had a lot of success in the Founders Cup tournament, and I can't imagine how that guy pitched however many games it was and didn't just fall down. And I mean that not because of his conditioning, but just because of how much effort he puts in out there. And a guy, one of my least favorite to kick against, good speed, good motion. He's the whole package up there.
Yeah, I've said enough about Flores throughout all of my podcasts that we've been a part of. So I'll just stop. But if there's one person I would model my game around, it would be Flores.
He may be the nicest, angriest pitcher because he just looks so intimidating up there. And I've spoken to him a couple times at the bar. He just seems like the nicest dude. But yeah, being up there, looking down at you while he's pitching is on top of the speed, on top of the spin, is intimidating.
Certainly, he's one of the toughest guys to kick against. Speed, movement, and bounce. It gets up on you, and you think you have a beat on what you got to do, and all of a sudden it just off to the side and get caught by the catcher, just fouling out. He's money on the mound, and pitched for number 2 sitch, number 2 ranked sitch for Founders Cup. So did his thing.
Speaking of the situation, we move on to a fellow joining moi in the outfield. I'm plugging myself again a little bit. Jeremy Edge from the situation, who apparently, according to what Captain LaSalle Blank said here, made his debut with the situation. And apparently he's always willing to buy you a beer, according to Mr. Blank. So we'll take you up on that, Jeremy.
Yeah, where was my beer?
Appreciate it.
Yeah. Podcast this the whole time. I would have mentioned him so many more times had he bought me a beer. That's all I got. I'm not going to talk about him anymore until I get my beer.
Obviously, this being the first season I've seen him play, the one thing I know about him is just that guy's fast. I mean, he puts down good bunts, but you're going to have either a great arm or a botched bunt to get him out at first.
Same things, good speed, and he comes with a lot of experience. He's a vet. He formerly of another travel team back in Plaque, now playing for Situation on the circuit. He's near the top of our lineup and gets it done on the circuit as well. He's really good at what he does on offense. So, and like I said, you can do great on offense. You get out in the outfield, you might get on there as well. So.
And the last 2 females rounding out the third team. First of all, Amanda Juicy Doolittle, my teammate on Kick-Ass, phenomenal teammate, solid in the field, and really came through with some clutch kicks for us this year. She could bunt on, and then she could do whatever it is you ask her to do. Couldn't ask for a better teammate. And also, like with the Burning Bridges, you say, a bar buzz all-peninsula performer as well, I might add.
Yep. I've been to IHOP a couple times within a group that she's been there. I can attest to Bar Buzz all-star status.
Oh yeah.
Thanks for your input, Matt.
Yep. You're welcome.
And then
why am I put on blast? Shaw didn't say anything.
I say Doolittle's awesome. Great overall girl. Can bunt, can kick. Watch her do her thing. I was just going to leave
all
it
right. Well, Brock, you're on the hot seat. Take us home with Lorraine Atkins.
Lorraine Atkins. I mean, this is a girl that I was very impressed with her this season. And, there was one time I was watching the game on the sideline, and I saw her up to kick, and I was like, man, like, this is not a good situation for her. Like, she's going to have to bunt. They're not going to get on base. This sucks. And she bunted the ball down third baseline and just took the fuck off. And I was just like, holy shit. Like, she is devilishly fast, and I wouldn't have guessed it. It's almost like you, George. Like, you're just, it's untapped speed that I don't know about. And, from what I hear,
Lorraine is so disappointed to be compared to you.
Not compared to you. I mean, I wouldn't imagine that she would just be lightning quick like that. And it blew my mind. And I've already known her, throughout seasons past to be a great defender, a great catcher and everything. But to see her work on that speed and everything is just awesome. So she's a threat, and should be first team in my opinion.
I think the one thing with Lorraine is Battlestar in the last couple seasons has kind of become, closer and closer to that top tier team. They keep improving, they keep getting better, defense, offensively, adding pieces. I think she's probably, if you're asking my opinion on what pieces make them click, I think she's kind of that one piece that you put in there that really makes the difference, that bridges them.
Battlestar.
Yeah, yeah. Takes them from Battlestar used to be to what they are. She is solid all around, and you can't ask that from any player, let alone one of your females.
Yeah, not much more can be said. She is really good at what she does on both sides of the ball. I'll tell you, when I'm up on the mound, I throw my hardest stuff, and she makes child's play out of it sometimes, just right down third baseline, like I'm not even trying. She is really good.
And so is everyone who made this third team. Congratulations to the 11 members. We'll be back with the second team, and I promise we'll do better. No, we won't. We'll take.
It'll take some time. This is the off-season one. It takes time to adjust.
Yeah, we got to get back in mid-season shape.
More beers.
More beers. I haven't talked in a while.
All right, everyone. Thanks for tuning in for third team. We'll see you back with the second team.